Guys, so I first want to apologize for not making a video last week. I was having some audio problems and I got really frustrated and just didn't post one. So this video is going to be really long because I have a lot to talk about. So I apologize now and I'm going to get right into it. Every time I watch a video of your guys's, I see different similarities between myself and you guys. Like, Chrissy, I can't ride a bike either. You need to go to the zoo with me. I will take you to the zoo, either the Cleveland Zoo or the Akron Zoo. I don't care. We need to go to the zoo and you need to visit me at college. That's it. I also was very obsessed with college, like as of 8th grade and on. I got really obsessive with it, so that's perfectly acceptable. I totally understand it. It gave me a lot of stress too, and it will get easier once you've made your decision. I will tell you that. I know there's not a lot of comfort, but it's what I can offer. It's such a weight off your shoulders. It even just filling out your applications, just like, oh, you feel so good when you're done. Trust me on it, but you should definitely come and visit me because you can get the first-hand college experience. So this week's topic is internet personalities, I guess. And two people have talked about this recently that I am aware of, one being Dan Brown and one being Emily from EmilytheBravee. And so pretty much my take on it is that it is difficult to fully put yourself out there on the internet. Like, there are things that I'm not comfortable telling people, like where I go to school, just because there's always a chance that there's gonna be someone really creepy on there. And whenever you write a comment, you always read it over and over again to make sure that it sounds as eloquent as possible, because sometimes you write something and when it's in text form, it doesn't quite have the same meaning as you intended. So it is kind of difficult to put your full person out there on the internet. And really, at least for me, there are different like internet, like social media things that I'm differently on. Like on my Facebook, my personal Facebook, I rarely ever post. I actually have like this really, like, I hate Facebook. I hate it so much. And I never posted. I don't even remember the last time I posted a status. And there are things like Twitter. Like, I have a Twitter and I tweet because the only people who follow me are my close friends. And so they might not be totally interested in what I'm saying, but they at least kind of care. And then I follow people. I follow my friends. I follow authors. I follow people from YouTube because I like knowing what they're doing. I like hearing what they have to say, things like that. And so I'm a little bit more open on Twitter just because I know only people who care or follow me on that. And then on my Tumblr, I have a few people that I know who follow me there, but most of the time I don't know any of those people. And so I'm a little bit more free on my Tumblr because it's really very nameless. I could put things about my nerdiness that my other friends from school won't appreciate as much, but the people who follow me on Tumblr are total nerds just like me. And so I'm a little bit okay opening up more, and that's where I'll vent a little bit sometimes. I'll have like those angsty posts. And then there's here, where it's totally different because it's a visual thing. So what you're seeing here isn't exactly what I'm like in person because you have to be a little bit more open in person. So I guess what I'm saying is that people look at social media in different ways. There's other social media sites, obviously, like Foursquare and Google Plus and whatever else there is, and you can take them differently. So it just depends on the person. That's my own view, is that I kind of open up based on how many people are watching or following or viewing whatever I'm doing. It's almost like acting. You have to put on a mask in order to do things like this. And really, I did shows my whole life. And this is kind of like that. I'm almost like a character, but I'm not. It's like a character of myself, if that makes any sense. I'm being myself, but almost a more played up version, just because it's more aesthetically pleasing, I guess. I'm not quite sure how to word this, but you're kind of like a mask of yourself, because you are acting like you normally would, but you're not entirely who you are in real life. So I guess that's what I have to say about being yourself on the internet. It is hard, and no one's going to completely understand you on the internet, but there are little bits of yourself that do show through. Well, things going on in my personal life. I move into college on Wednesday. And so next week I'm going to really try and post a video. It might be pre-recorded. I can't guarantee that I'm going to feel comfortable enough in front of my roommate to record a video on Friday. And there's a lot of crap I have to do, like welcome weekend stuff. So we're going to see. My day has been mighty nerdy because I got a bunch of textbooks in the mail for school, and I was totally geeking out over them. They look so cool. The one that's actually holding up my computer right now is called Guns, Germs, and Steel. So that sounds pretty sweet. Oh, I also got a new camera. I'm not filming with it right now because I had to film my sister's recital thing this morning, and I ran out of room on my camera, and I don't have time to film this and edit it and then change all that over, so I'm just doing it on my computer again. But next week, I'm going to try and use my new camera. I also went to Borders. I went thrifting and I went to Borders today with my two friends, and I bought some pretty cool books, but I think the most awesome book I bought was this. The graphic novel of the, I guess it's like an extension of the show Firefly and Serenity. This is the one about Shepherd Book. Glare, I'm sorry. This is actually the third one because they didn't have the first and the second. And it was really sad, but I've never bought a graphic novel before, or a comic book, whatever you want to call this. But Chrissy, I hope we see you next week. Brianna, I think it's your turn to pick a topic. Correct me if I'm wrong, but just use the owls and talk to us so we know what we're talking about next week. And I hope you both have safe weekends, and I will see you next week. Brianna, I'll see you on Monday. Bye.